Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking for Tuesday the 19th of November. Firstly, I want to say a big thank you for the support you've given to this channel and for the new people coming on board. I'm glad you're, resonating with the readings, let's say that, resonating with my style, the way I portray the messages that I get through. I want to say thank you for that. It's really important to me to do the work I do, and I love it. Secondly, just a reminder for those people living in Australia, I go live on Moonstruck Television at 6:30 Australian time, 6:30 a.m., which I'm pretty sure is 2:30 Washington time in America. So, and the only other thing I have to just remind you of is the 8th of December, we're having a Facebook Live where I'll do some card pulls again. If you're interested in that, please come over and join my page on Facebook at the Aussie Goddess so that you get those reminders. I'm also running a competition at the moment, so if you're interested in getting a free reading, there's one on my Aussie Goddess Facebook page. Okay, enough blubbing on. Let's get into your reading. I'm going to use the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot for this reading, and then I'll decide which one I use for the next reading. Alrighty, Knight of Pentacles coming in. So the Knight of Pentacles it's fairly representative of the earth signs Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but I don't really stick with the signs too much because they're a little misleading. It's more about the characteristics. So earth signs are much more strategic, they're list makers, they like to do things in a certain order, they are a little bit more organised generally. These are the natural attributes of an earth sign, but some people have other aspects in their chart which makes them a little different. But this knight here, the reason he's earned that reputation is because he's very slow moving, he's very strategic, and he's very much making sure that he does things right the first time around. He wants to make an offer. So he's coming in to make some sort of offer. Now, for some of you, this is about work because it is a pentacle. For others of you, it's about money. But this knight is moving in very, very slowly to make this offer. Now, when the Judgment card comes up, I immediately go to, this is someone you already know. This is someone from your past here. Someone who you may have known for quite a while but may not have seen or heard from. This person is going to make a return here. He's coming in fairly quickly once he's made his mind up. Rightio. So what we have here, because he wants to offer stability, what we have here, okay, you could be dealing with someone who's left another situation. The universe has helped move them forward. So for some of you here, this can be about a situation for a love interest where you haven't heard from someone for a while, and now they've been taking their time making up their minds, but now they've made a decision they're going to move quite quickly. Someone who wants to offer something long-term, something stable. If you're looking at work, then it sort of implies much the same thing. You could have gone for a job in the past where somebody sort of took a long time to make a decision about what they wanted to offer you, but maybe there was another person in the mix here. But it looks as though the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot's here too. So some of you dealing with Cancer here. This person now is moving forward very quickly to try and put right what they didn't get right the first time round. Okay, let's get some more detail. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords coming out. So first off, this says to me this person has not stopped watching over you, seeing what you were up to, what you were doing. The Page of Swords is often seen as the stalker card. I think stalker is a pretty harsh word because we're human beings. If, we've had some sort of non-contact with someone or some sort of issue or problem with someone, it doesn't mean we're not going to sort of keep an eye on the situation for a little while until probably we're, to a point where we no longer have the emotion for the person, and then we might sort of move away. But it's quite human to want to know what's going on in someone else's world, and has that person moved on. There's the card of abundance here. So there's some sort of happiness on offer that sort of fits on all levels. So this can be financial, it can be family-wise, but something that's being offered here which is very abundant, something you've really desired. Okay, so somebody wants to move down a different path with you. They're opening their eyes to this abundance. They see you as abundant now. So maybe this person's had some sort of awakening or realization. For some of you, this person is traveling to see you here, but they've had some sort of enlightenment here. Interesting. Okay, so somebody who was perhaps a little sad or a little depressed when things didn't go the right way. Now, this can be either of you here, remembering that this is a general reading, it will flip-flop. But there's a feeling here that this person felt very lost without you, but didn't know how to put things right. And now they're coming in to put things right. All right, so some of you could be dealing with Leos as well. The Strength card talks of taming your demons, but I feel like this may be the person you're dealing with. Perhaps at the time that things didn't go well, there's a feeling that perhaps they weren't doing so well themselves. So they may have been going through their own stuff. This person has gone through some sort of change here, and they're ready to move forward now. They may have been through a dark night of the soul, because the Five of Pentacles always makes me feel like someone's been left out in the cold, but it's sort of very much a card of healing, because it's a church and it's people outside a church. So it's only a matter of them going inside the church. So that to me, that's being left out in the cold, but finding out how to do your healing. Okay, so then we have the Page of Pentacles coming in. So I always see the page as being something a little bit more karmic. It's a little bit of an offer or a gift or something that's being offered that will help to heal. And I think that perhaps whoever's been left behind here probably had to do some healing. But this can also be that gift of healing for you. So sometimes if you've been left behind or ghosted or not really understood why someone's left you behind, sometimes hearing their side of the story will give you an opportunity to heal what it is for you. Now, the other thing I have to say here is these readings aren't always just about romantic love. This can be a family member or a friend who's done this to you, because there's a lot of feel here that it's about putting something right that was done in the past that perhaps hurt a person, and perhaps you took all the hurt on yourself. But when I see this, I think this other person hurt too, but they've been going through some sort of process to understand that healing. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups here. So there's an offer coming in, but it looks as though you're a little reluctant to accept this offer. So it may be that you don't trust this person. Again, with the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, it appears to be someone who's very water energy in their chart. So they're very emotional here. They may have made this offer to you in the past and you could have knocked it back, because there seems to be some conflict here. If this is somebody like a family or a friend, that this person could have tried to apologize to you before or put things right, but for some unknown reason you weren't ready to accept their apology. Okay, oh, there comes the apology. So some of you dealing with a Pisces here, because we've got Pisces represented a couple of times. So there is definitely an offer coming through. I feel like this offer is an apology. If this is to do with a work situation, it could be that someone perhaps took someone else over you, or gave the job to someone else and didn't pick you. But there seems to be a coming back, a return of someone who's coming in quite rapidly to reveal something to you, to make an offer, to make an apology. Someone who left things unsaid, undone, or in a bad situation in the past. Something that really hurt. But I want to say to you, please listen to this person, listen to what they've got to say, because there was something they were going through at the time. And for some of you, this could be about a third party too. But there seems to be a situation in the past where they were trying to sort out their own stuff. It could be quite a long time ago, because I have this Knight here. It could have been this happened quite a long time ago, but now they've made their mind up. They're moving very quickly, so moving towards you. And as I said, for a lot of you, this is an apology. Some of you, this is an offer, but this is definitely putting right things that happened in the past. So predominantly we have water and earth signs here. A lot of water, earth. So you could be dealing with someone who's, oh, chocolate came out. You could be dealing with someone who is quite emotional when they come in. They know what they want. They're very grounded. They understand what they want and what they want to resolve or get from this situation, but they could be quite emotional presenting this. Okay, so the card of chopped wood has come out. So I'm going to just have a look at the main themes of this card. So it's about being grounded in everyday experience and humility, and I feel like that's what you're being asked to do here. Just to be humble and let this person say what they need to say. If you don't accept their apology or their offer, that's fine too. But I think this person needs to express themselves in some way here. I'll read the card to you because I think it is important. It says there are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple joys in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is a forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it's in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you in a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which bring you ever closer to what you seek. And that's what I always say to people when they've had a situation. It's the attachment that keeps you bound to the person. Once you understand how that attachment is keeping you bound and you're able to let the attachment go, it doesn't mean you let the person go. It doesn't mean that you let the love go. It's the attachment that keeps you very bound to them, because the attachment is the non-healthy part of that relationship. Once you let that go, the energy is free then for the universe to do what it needs to do in manifestation. But if you still have that attachment that makes you feel very very sad and very unhappy, that's the part that you need to work with, and strongly coming through in this reading. Have a wonderful Tuesday, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.